the fabulous Freebirds. Not only are we are back, but the fabulous Freebirds are back together. Part 12. Part 12. If you have not watched all of the Freebird videos, we have started from the beginning when they were wrestling for Gulf Coast Championship Wrestling. They went to work for Nick Goulas. They went to work for Jarrett. Went to work for Bill Watts, Georgia, and now they're back. They're in Texas. Rodney, I think we need to pick up, and you'll pick up because
okay, no problem.
Weather, so you pick up.
No problem. We'll go to Georgia Championship Wrestling, Macon Coliseum, Macon, Georgia, on October the 1st, 1982. It's the Iron Sheik and Ivan Koloff defeating Terry Gordy and Tito Santana. Back at TBS Studios in Atlanta, Georgia, on October the 2nd, 1982. It's Tito Santana and Terry Gordy defeating Chick Donovan and Marvin Turner. The Omni in Atlanta on October 3rd, 1982. It's Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans, defeating Terry Gordy and Tito Santana. This was for the title. Of course, the Samoans were the champions at the time. Memorial Auditorium, or Municipal Auditorium in Columbus, Georgia, on October 3rd, 1982. It's the Iron Sheik versus Terry Gordy, and it was a time limit draw. Mid-South Wrestling, 1982. It's October the 5th. Riverside Centralplex, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's Buck Robley defeating Terry Gordy.
As you see, Michael Hayes, Terry Gordy still in Georgia Championship Wrestling. Michael Hayes not there. Now, Ronnie, do you remember why Michael Hayes was not with Terry Gordy at the time? Was he already in Dallas, Texas, helping maybe with the booking?
It's very possible. It's very possible. But I don't recall Tito Santana and Terry Gordy teaming. It could have been that they had advertised, as we've spoken in other shows. Could it been they advertised Michael Hayes being in the show and then it was Tito Santana substituting?
No, on television. Terry Gordy, Tito Santana were there doing an interview together.
Okay, well, I do not remember it all. Go ahead.
I do not remember it as well, but there is a match on October 8th, 1982. It is on YouTube from the Sam Houston Coliseum in Houston, Texas. Dick Murdoch goes against Terry Gordy. Tremendous match. Just look for it. Put Dick Murdoch versus Terry Gordy, Houston, Texas. Tremendous match. Great storytelling in this match. Go watch it. You'll really enjoy it. Dick Murdoch defeats him with I think he did the elbow drop. Tremendous stuff. Then on the 9th, the very next day, well, he goes to Georgia Championship Wrestling. He flies to Atlanta. Terry Gordy defeated Abdul Zattar. Then on October the 11th, this is Terry Gordy not in World Class Championship Wrestling yet. Michael Hayes defeated Frank Dusek. And then during this, Roddy, I don't know if you've seen this video. The match is only 2 minutes and 58 seconds. But Frank Dusek had him a row bone, and on the back of it, he had the Pink Panther. Frank Dusek, I'm not for sure. Was Frank Dusek? Was he the assistant booker in World Class Championship Wrestling, or was that Danny Dusek for a while? Because I think Gary Hart was booking, wasn't he?
Yes, but I'm not clear on that.
I'm not for sure. Michael Hayes wins the match with the pile driver. October the 12th, the Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas. Roberto Renesto got defeated by Michael Hayes. He defeated him in 3 minutes, 55 seconds with the pile driver. October 12th, the same night, everybody would wrestle twice. They did the TV taping every other week. Michael Hayes defeated Bill Irwin by disqualification in 8 minutes. They had a great match. Now, by this time, Terry Gordy's there. Evidently Terry Gordy ain't liking what's going on. He comes out there. He gets up on the announcer's table. Bill Irwin goes and hits Terry. Makes Terry a little mad. He goes to roll up Michael Hayes, Bill Irwin. Michael Hayes bends down. Terry Gordy hits Bill Irwin. He rolls him up. Michael Hayes wins the match. 1, 2, 3. Rodney?
All right, we come up to Central States Championship Wrestling In Des Moines, Iowa, on October 20th, 1982, is Terry Gordy and Mark Romero defeating Dewey Robinson and Ray Hernandez. Memorial Hall, Kansas City, Kansas, on October 21st, 1982, Manny Fernandez defeats Terry Gordy. World Class Championship Wrestling in Fort Worth, Texas, on October the 25th, 1982, is Terry Gordy and Michael Hayes defeating Bill Irwin and the Grand Marcus. Sportatorium in Dallas on October 26, 1982, is Michael Hayes and Terry Gordy defeating Bill Irwin and Destroyer #1. Sportatorium again in Dallas on October 26th again, 1982, is Michael Hayes and Terry Gordy defeating the Grand Marcus and Destroyer #1. Back in Dallas on October the 29th, 1982, Michael Hayes, Bugsy McGraw, and Buddy Roberts defeats the Magic Dragon, Bill Irwin and King Kong Bundy. Memorial Auditorium in Wichita Falls, Kansas on October 30th, 1982, is the Magic Dragon versus Michael Hayes. Then they make a trip back to Mid-South to the Riverside Centralplex in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on November the 2nd, 1982. Mr. Olympia defeats Terry Gordy. Municipal Auditorium in Shreveport, Louisiana on November the 5th, 1982. Buck Rowley defeats Terry Gordy. Then it's back at World Class, Fort Worth, Texas on November the 8th, 1982. Terry Gordy, Michael Hayes, Buddy Roberts defeat Gary Hart, Bill Irwin in a 3-on-2 handicap match. Sportatorium in Dallas on November the 9th, 1982. Michael Hayes and Terry Gordy defeat Frank Dusick and Killer Brooks. Sportatorium again in Dallas on November the 9th, 1982. It's Michael Hayes and Terry Gordy defeating the Great Kabuki and the Magic Dragon, the great teams. That had to be a tremendous match.
Yes.
Back at Mid-South Wrestling on December the 3rd, 1982, Municipal Auditorium in Shreveport, Louisiana, it's Ted DiBiase and Matt Bourne versus Terry Gordy and Michael Hayes.
I would like to see that, the Rat Pack. Ted DiBiase, I bet that sold out Shreveport. That's a tremendous match because both of them were, I guess, both of them were bad guys, I would think. I bet that was a tremendous match. On December 10th, 1982, Dallas, Texas, Terry Gordy and Michael Hayes defeated Magic Dragon in the Checkmate, which was, I believe, was Tony Charles, wasn't it?
Tony Charles. If you haven't seen the Checkmate, you got to see the Checkmate. It was different. It was different, for no doubt. Great strategy. He would get in this crab maneuver, and then when the guys try to get a hold, you couldn't get a hold because he was all rolled up. And then when they get frustrated, he would then attack. Tremendous stuff.
It was tremendous stuff. They would go to Mid-South Wrestling. Michael Hayes defeated Matt Bourne. I guess they had a return match in Shreveport because they ran out every other week as well at the Memorial Auditorium. And then here's the big one. On December 25th, 1982, everybody probably remembers this, the Reunion Arena in Dallas, Texas. I thought this was great. I think there was a the World Class Championship Wrestling 6-man tag team title. I never knew Iron Mike Sharp, Tom Steele, and Ben Sharp held the titles. I don't know if I remember them winning the titles anywhere, but they went against Michael Hayes, Terry Gordy, and David Von Erich, and they won the titles. And I thought that was tremendous based on the same night when Ric Flair went against Kerry Von Erich for the NWA World Heavyweight title, 2 referees, David Manning and Michael Hayes. Rodney, do you remember the things that happened in this match?
I think the entire wrestling world knew exactly what happened in Dallas. I think it showed everywhere. I know Mid-South showed it. It was like a shot heard around the world. This was the beginning of the greatest feud probably ever between the Freebirds and the Von Erichs. And of course, Michael Hayes, very intricate in this cage match. It was a cage match. Terry Gordy on the outside, and then it was basically Michael Hayes trying to hand the world title to Kerry Von Erich on a silver platter. That's what Michael Hayes said. And then Kerry Von Erich basically turned on him, is what he's saying. Tremendous match. Of course, Kerry has him with the claw on Ric Flair. Hayes grabs him, finally pulls him off. Flair then takes and pushes Hayes. Hayes does that short left-handed jab, knocks him down, tries to pin, then tries to get Kerry to pin him. Kerry won't do it. Hayes gets mad. Gordy's out on the outside. He holds the cage door. Get out of the ring. This man's he's a no count. And as Hayes gets out of the ring, Kerry Von Erich goes after him, to try to kill him to come back. And then that's when Terry Gordy slams the steel cage door on Kerry Von Erich. The match continues, and then it's Ric Flair just beating the daylights out of Kerry. Kerry tries his best, but in the end, it's Kerry Von Erich winning that match. That place, people are throwing stuff. It's unbelievable. The rest of the Von Erichs come out upset. They were, talking about slamming the cage door on Kerry's head. This was shown everywhere. This was shown everywhere. And by that time, World Class was syndicated everywhere. Mid-South Wrestling showed it, and like I said, it was the thing that set off 1983 for World Class Championship Wrestling. All eyes was on Texas as the Freebirds and Von Erich start their feud.
It was an incredible night. It was called World Class Championship Wrestling's Christmas Star Wars, which they had a couple of Star Wars shows throughout the years, maybe 2 or 3 a year. But from there in Fort Worth, Texas, December 27th, King Kong Bundy defeated Terry Gordy by disqualification, and it was a body slam. He'd always get the King Kong Bundy had the body slam challenge. Al Madrid.
I love those.
Yes, they were good. Al Madrid went against Buddy Roberts and ended without a winner. Time limit draw in Fort Worth, Texas the same night. And then in Fort Worth, Texas, Michael Hayes defeated Brian Adidas. Well, the feud heats up. And on the next video right here on Pro Wrestling Inside and Out, we will talk about that feud and how crazy it becomes. Tremendous. It lasts over a year, I believe. And tremendous stuff. Rodney, anything you want to say about this, the Freebirds Part 12?
This is about to get good. It's about to get real good.
It is about to get good. Join us for video Part 13, correct? Part 13.
Yes.
And if you've not watched the rest of the videos, it's right down here below me. Check it out. I think you will enjoy it. We go through their whole career, and what we're doing is we're gonna continue doing it until we get to where even Michael Hayes is now. We'll talk to everybody and see everybody on the next video right here on Pro Wrestling Inside Now.